Hello. Uh, hey, just here commentating on the Jesse Day versus Austin Shin final. Haven't been following too closely, but it looks like Jesse sealed this up a round in advance, and he finished one game clear of Austin, who finished two games clear of Wiegand, who spent most of the tournament screwing around in the bottom half. And then a little bit too little, too late. Looks like he won his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. Hi, Anlog. Nice to see you. So yeah, Austin Shin and Jesse Day. This should actually be a really good match. These two are pretty closely matched opponents. They're both very good players. I think Jesse holds down about 1950 to 2000 rating. Austin holds down like 2000 to 2050 rating. I think Austin has probably, given that they hold down the rating, the respective ratings, I'm guessing Austin has a slight edge here. That would be the smart money, but I think it's going to be like, it could really go either way. Especially lately, Jesse has been stepping up his game. If you've been following, he played really well during the King's Cup. And I looked at some of his games. I've looked at both of their games during this tournament. And they're both playing, I would say, at about the same level. Yeah, and if someone can help me with the score in the comments, that would definitely be good. And yeah, if you're listening, say hi or say something and interact. I know most people will be watching the TWL final between, I think it's Alex Seaholm and Carl Johnson. But yeah, if you're watching this, I appreciate your attention. And yeah, let's have some fun watching some Scrabble. I guess before they start playing, we could try and look up the head-to-head between them, which I've got no idea. I imagine they've both played each other a lot because they're two of the more prolific players on the scene. I know I've played both of them a lot. Head-to-head, here we go, Austin Shin. And Austin Shin versus Jesse Day. I'm really struggling to find this. There he is. Oh no. They've only played 6 times. Austin has won 4, so barely. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, Craig has pointed out actually not much history at all here. I don't know why. I guess I thought they would have played a lot more. Yeah. But yeah, I guess between the two of them, I guess their games respectively, I guess Austin's strengths would be a really deep word knowledge. I think he has at least some decent knowledge of most of the 9s, and I think he knows most of the 8s. That said, he still makes quite a few mistakes for someone who knows most of the words. I think Austin would probably prefer to play on an opener board, and I think Jesse would prefer to play on a closed board. I think Jesse actually makes slightly better equity judgments overall, but really it's much of a muchness. And I guess for Jesse, like the weak point would be he randomly plays totally bizarre phonies, especially at choke points. I've noticed. I'm not sure if he still does that. I mean, I saw a bizarre one at King's Cup, Wirey, W-I-R-E-Y, which was pretty terrible. And yeah, so let's see if he does that here. Hopefully not, because the phony is basically a death sentence. He's playing very fast. Does he have Unnoble? I don't know who that is, by the way, on the left. I guess is that Austin on the right, judging by the ring? And Unnoble for Jesse is going to come down. I mean, he's already taking too long. Just put it somewhere and let's get on with it. Thank you. And yeah, Austin is going to be pretty disappointed to see that. That's a great way for Jesse to start this off. And now Austin with a pretty awkward rack, which doesn't really do much of anything. There's immediately, I don't think there's a real way to score a lot of points. I think the best things that springs to mind would be know-how, Nohow. He's got lined up wool, TIH. Is he thinking? Ah, yeah, he's thinking of playing wool underwards, under obel, making ow, bow, low, and L. 22 points versus 22 points for know-how. And I think know-how is definitely the better play here between, I think it's got a slightly better leave and it has better defensive qualities. And I think it's just a better play. I'm not sure Austin has seen it. It's gonna be pretty whatever between the two plays, but I think this is quite clear. But I think let's see how long Austin takes. Both of these players can be fast and can be slow. It's kind of, Jesse used to be famous for being way too slow and losing a lot of games like that, but I think he's sped up quite a bit just from what I've noticed. And he's kind of worked that out of his game. And yeah, Austin plays wool, which is, I mean, fine, really. Setting up his H, but know-how is just a better defensive play because that BO whatever spot is going to get taken for a ton of points really, really often. Except I'm not even sure Jesse can capitalize on it though, because he has such a bad rack. This is a super horrible draw. I wonder what he's going to do. Like, I mean, the first word you see here is ovum and novum, which is a start, I guess. Or the only letter that goes under EL is M. So actually, he's going to be looking. Actually, you have to play Pomo. I didn't see this here, but Pomo plays for a lot of points. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 34, 35. Yeah, okay, it's 35 points. It keeps UVU, which is obviously a terrible rack, but you have to take 35 points to block up that spot. This is I don't think this is much of a decision. I guess he's thinking I guess you could also do Maup, Pom, and change next turn. Well, why says Lewis, why would you play Pom and not Pomo? Lewis? Well, dude, tell me. Otherwise, Maup keeps OVU, which is a slightly better leave. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 26. 26 for Maup. And yeah, Omov suggests Lewis, which is actually a very competitive third option. 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 for Omov, 26 for Maup, and Pomo for 36, I think it was. 21, 22, 35. I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna write these down in a little notepad somewhere. Otherwise, you guys are gonna get bored of me counting pretty fast. So Pomo is 35. Maup, I think it was 25, and Omov 26. I think playing Pom over Pomo would be a massive mistake. Sorry, Lewis. I don't necessarily agree there. So now you got to decide, is UUV 10 points worse than OUV? And I actually think it's quite close. And Omov also has the option of UUP. And that's, so yeah, you got to sort of leave, calculate, and then on top of that, you got to add the defense of locking up that triple letter score under BO, which is really a huge spot. And for that reason, I think Omov is actually the best play. And I think Pomo is probably the second best play. And I think Maup is the third best play. but I don't actually know, and I'd need someone to quackle that to tell me what's good there. Because VUU and VUO will do a quick check through Collins leaves on cross tables. Not that that's the end all be all, but it's going to give us some insight to what the better rack is. VUU is -20. VUO is -14, so 7 points differential. So according to that, Jesse is making quite a bad mistake with Maup. And lastly was UUP, which is -16. So yeah, that on first instinct looks like, well, not first instinct. After looking at that, my instinct is to play Omov. Okay, and Craig is saying Omov is fourth in the sim, so maybe that would be quite the mistake. But yeah, it's actually quite an interesting spot. Austin has a bingo now. There's nothing really to talk about. So just while I finish talking about that, maybe we can see a sim on that if Craig is keeping count. Fungiest is a really nice find by Lewis. That may be spotted by Austin if he's paying attention. Maup is basically level with Pomo. Okay, so apparently I'm just wrong there. So because of the board structure or something like this, I've possibly misevaluated the negativity of playing of playing Maup versus Pomo, and Omov is quite far behind. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's quite an interesting spot, and I think it's a spot where it's pretty safe to just play the highest scoring word, which is probably what I would have done there. As are most spots, it's usually just safe to play, not popular, but it's usually safe to just play the highest scoring word. And yeah, Gothite, spotted by Craig, looks like the best play. That scores the most, I'm guessing. Following through with my previous logic. And yeah, Jesse still sitting with a pretty garbage rack, and Austin just totally misses Gothite and Fungiest, and this is a really bad mistake. Yeah, kind of strange actually. I'm pretty surprised to see him miss both of those. I think he can do better than that. And for Jesse, a super awkward rack, as would be expected after keeping VOU. Guava is the first thing you might look for to stick that somewhere on the board, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of great options, and it's possible that he may end up changing here. I think the scores are roughly level now, and Austin has a little more workable rack. So yeah, I don't know. This could go either way. Is tighted good, by the way? I'm gonna look that up right now. I think it might be, but I can't remember. No, it's not. So this is, oh yeah, tighter. Yeah, I was thinking, what else could it be apart from tighten? But yeah, tighter makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so that's, well, probably what that letter is. And yeah, now Jesse, he has Vogue or Vouge or whatever, but I think changing is going to appeal to him more than that, and that's going to be supported by Quackle, I'm guessing. Guava and Gelt, I think, is something to think about. It's a really, really gross position. Guava is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 points, keeping back 0-0 on this board and giving away a lot of points. I think Guava is probably a little bit too loose. I think it's gonna sim below changing on this board texture. I think the second A of Guava, which opens up to the triple, gives away too much, and yeah, Jesse is changing. And unless we miss something, I think that's probably a wise choice. Back to Austin. Pretty workable rack. Feed. Who's got lined up? Feed pin. I mean, FIE under Titan, under the IGH of Titan, is already something that is quite promising. FIE is 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, 23, 24, 30 points, and keeping a very strong lead of PEND. I think it's going to be tough to go past that. Outgo was missed as suggested by Craig Beavers on static, and that's going to be really close with the changing, I'm guessing. I would guess Outgo is slightly better. I think Jesse probably just missed it. Lewis suggests Fiend and Pound, which is a good find. And that's quite a lot of points. Austin plays Fetid, which is another pretty bad mistake. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26. Fiend scores 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 26, 27, 28. 40 points. Wow. Fiend is significantly better than Fetid, and that's a pretty damn bad mistake. Yeah, Austin can definitely do better than this. Let's see if he does. Let's see if he does. And Craig reports that for Guava, it's kind of whatever. To change doesn't really make a difference either way. For Jesse now, he has a bingo. He has several bingos, but which one scores the most? Probably Anters and Elts looking straight away. Yeah, I guess Austin just missed the kind of flirting between two moves here. Austin probably just missed Fiend. He probably just missed the Pound, POWN spot. Yeah, Craig reports a 12-point equity loss on static, which I'm not surprised by at all. And 12 points is very significant, especially for such an easy word to find. That's a very bad mistake from Austin. Hopefully he picks it up. Now he has a bingo, which I assume he's not going to miss Pongies or Pierogan or Perigon or whatever the hell. Maybe there's some fancy 9 that he's got as well. Yeah, Nature is from Jesse coming down. I mean, whatever, looks fine. That's probably the highest scoring word, and that means it's probably the best play available. I was wondering if there were any double doubles through POW. I couldn't come up with any on the spot myself, but that's no longer an option. Let's run it. I'm gonna run it through Zarf. Oh yeah, there's quite a lot involving the word power, obviously, which did not occur to me. Yeah, so Austin, Perigon, Pierogan. Well, if you see anything else, oh, Epigon. Well, Austin saw something else. That looks like it's got to be best without looking too much further. It's gonna be very hard to go past that. Back to Austin getting I wouldn't say bailed out, but he's getting better. He's getting better racks than he deserves at the moment. Jesse Wises 12, 13, 14, 15, 25, 50 points for a start. Perogen says Lewis under nature. Is that a new word? Because that's a great find. Or is that an old word? I don't remember that word. Perogen. Let's take a look. It's been there all along. It's up 5,000 bingos. That's good. It's good that someone spotted that in this crowd. So Epigon is going to be another really sizable mistake from Austin. And yeah, it's been quite a poor game from his side so far. Yeah, Jesse spotted Wises or Whizzes or whatever, and he's probably going to play that. It's going to be hard to find a better play than that. Oh, Perogen is new. Thanks, guys. I don't feel so embarrassed anymore. I did not know that word. But this isn't about me. This is about Austin and Jesse. And Peonage, as pointed out by Craig, is another better play than Epigon because it scores a couple more points. So Jesse has been on the money so far every turn, and Austin has dropped like 30 or 40 points of equity. And the scores are about level 164 to 190. I guess Jesse is at the deficit as he's on the left. He's drawn quite a flexible rack. Austin, a flexible rack as well. He'll be looking at that triple letter score next to the O, and he'll be looking at trying to go across the top of Wises, making EW or AW. The O, the spot next to the O looks a little more profitable though. Something like just FAY, keeping a great leave, is going to score a stack of points, like 40 plus. There's also the spot under Natures where a lot of points can be scored, but it doesn't look like there's anything there that's going to score amazingly. I think for Austin, just FAY or something like that is going to be pretty good. Oh, he's looking at high up, 35 points. Tell me if counting up on screen is pretty annoying for you. Tell me not to do it, and I'll just do it in my head or something. But for now, Faye is how many? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 plus 12. 41 versus 35. And I think you have to take 41 and the better leave here. With EIHT, FET is a notch worse. And yeah, I think FAY, I mean, yeah, just fair something, says Lewis, and yeah, I have to agree, unless there's something else that just scores a whopping amount of points. You really have to go ahead and just play Faye here. Even FAYER, I think I'd prefer to higher, which is sizing up. And if he doesn't play it, he's going to get a big punishment because Jesse is going to play Ox for 50. And that looks like what is going to happen. And Craig says all the best static plays are in the center right place, which is not a surprise at all. Obviously, Quackle is not judging for the defensive qualities by opening up the triple letter with FEYS or whatever. But I mean, it's not like that dangerous already. How many 2S's have been played? It's just not a big deal. Best alternative is yeah, which is 6 points behind on static. Yeah. Yeah, it looks a bit better than Haya as well. I mean, FIT is not 6 points worse than FET, and yeah, that's another small error. And Jesse Ox, yeah, fast, accurate. I mean, this is like the easiest play in the world. So he's just gonna smack that down pretty quickly. And Austin, straight away, dative. Scores 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 36, 37, 41 points. Dative. That is quite a good move for Austin. Or 5, making Vox across the eye of Epigon is 33, but dative is too many points to turn down. Dative or 5 Vox, says Lewis. Yep. Those are the suggestions. Yeah, dative looks like it's gonna be hard to go past. It's a hell of a lot of points, and Austin is slightly behind. Not that that really means anything in this situation. If there is another high scoring move, maybe, but it's hard to imagine there being something better than dative here. So for Lewis, yeah, Craig points out he could have a blank cake, which would make Ang get Cox, I think, or Ang. There's 3 ways to spell that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Austin's lining up 5, which I think will be another small error in judgment, but it might save him from a big play from Jesse, because Jesse can play Kaons for like 50 plus. Which, yeah, and that would definitely have been his not definitely, but that likely would have been his best play. And Austin does play 5, and yeah, that's again another small mistake. I'm not sure Austin saw dative. He didn't line it up, and yeah, he's got a pretty bad draw now. And Jesse, Kago, yep. A stack of points, good leave. 5 is Craig Beavers. 5 is second on the static, 5 points behind, and yeah, it's another 5-point mistake. Which, yeah, I mean, that looks about right because you've turned down too many points there. Yeah, Austin has been leaving a lot of points on the table here, and Jesse's had easier racks though, but he's looked more solid. So for Austin now, he's in a pretty difficult situation. I guess Kaid, K-A-I-D, is the first thing that springs out. Is that's the most likely spot on the board to score a lot of points, and that'll score 27, and that's pretty good out of this rack. He'll be looking to get rid of 2 eyes, obviously, but there's no really great way to do it that immediately jumps out. If you can find something better, if you've got a suggestion, let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. But otherwise, it's just us, me, Craig, Lewis, whoever else silently watching, looking at the board. So I think, yeah, Austin is lining up Cuddy. Craig says Dative does shut down the board a bit, and yeah, it does, but obviously, but you can't make that kind of sacrifice, in my opinion. I wouldn't. I would say that is not okay. But Austin thinks otherwise. Also, Austin has the option of Arcteid or Triacid, which cannot be discounted here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 points. Yeah, all right, never mind. It can be discounted. It doesn't score enough. And he does play Kaid, trying to set himself up for a bingo off the D, which, yeah, good choice. Jesse, again, another pretty straightforward rack. What's going on? They're putting their tiles down. Is that a challenge? It's a surprising challenge from Jesse. I thought he would have known this word. Although I'm just going to check now myself to see if it is a word. Yes, it is. It's the same as, it means the same thing as Kadi, a North African chief. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised, but you know what? If you're not sure, you definitely have to challenge. There's just no option. So nothing wrong with that if you're not sure of the word. And Jesse gives up 5 points of equity himself with a, I guess you could call it a needless challenge from the observation of any 2000 rated player should know that word. But, you know, if you haven't studied, then yeah, well, what are you going to do? You got to challenge. In fair, straight away jumps out to me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 27 points. INFERE. If no bingos are available, and I think that already is going to be really hard to beat if there is no bingo. Re-rising through the G, I think, is a word, but and Craig helpfully puts down the score. Thanks a lot, by the way. Yeah. So in fair will be hard to beat. You can play off RI with remove and try and get a bingo down, but that is 6, 7, 8. That's 20 points less. I don't think you can sacrifice 20 points here. Every point counts, and this would be, I think, a really easy spot to make a mistake for Jesse if he's not paying super close attention, and he's gonna be put to the test here. This will only be a small mistake on the sim, I'm pretty sure, but I think it will be a mistake. Maybe someone can check that out for me. But I'm fairly confident in fair INFERE through the FE onto the triple is the best play. And if I were to make a, I would say this is what separates. This is what separates like 2000 from 2100 rated players, or basically what separates everyone from Nigel, because I think anyone can really just miss the best play here and have a bit of a lapse, more like the 2200 players, and yeah, and overlook a very difficult 6 in an awkward spot. You have to know this word as well. It's a pure 6. And, you know, there's no guarantee Jesse knows this word. he just challenged Cade. So if we're not playing in fair, I think it's a little trickier. So you could play Torai, setting up Torai and a huge bingo, but I would say that's way too spewy. I would think Remu is just a really nice way to ditch your unwanted tiles, keep the best leave, and yeah, Remu is what comes down. And in fair is the best static according to Craig, but the bonus prone stuff is doing well on the sim, so I could be totally wrong there. I'd be very curious to see the final sim result. I would guess in fair finishes like 2 to 3 points ahead, but my intuition could be off. And Lewis points out Reiji is okay, and yeah, Reiji is slightly better than Remu, which it looks like Jesse just missed that, and it looks like all of us missed it because no one has suggested it so far, except for Lewis, who just suggested it now. And yeah, Jesse does draw a bingo. Austin, Caninity without the N. Yuck. Oxy for a start, OXY. That you can make some words down there. Oxy and Yin, 18, 19, 23, 31 points. Wow. Ah, Craig is posting sim results. Fantastic. Yeah, Reiji could just be the best play there. Oh, Fenny. Okay, so it just wants to... Oh, okay, right. All right, keeping a riser. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. And actually, spotting Fenny there would have been a really smart move because riser is a really strong leave. Okay, and my intuition was off there, by the way, so I don't know what I'm talking about. In fair Sims bottom, it's 2 points, 1.5 points off Fenny, which doesn't surprise me. No one spotted Fenny or Reiji, but Remu Sims ahead of in fair anyway. And good play by Jesse, good judgment. Well, not the best play, but good enough. I mean, at the end of the day, when it sims so close together and there's 1 or 2 points between it, it doesn't really matter. Like, what you want to not be doing is missing the moves where you lose 5 to 10 points of equity. Those are the ones that really matter. And yeah, obviously, I just totally misjudged how much the points are worth there. Risen is obviously a huge leave, but Riser is still a very good leave. And yeah, that's quite a counterintuitive rack leave because that's RR. Oh, 600 iterations. Okay. Maybe like at a few thousand, we'll have a clearer answer. But I guess, like, you know, what you can draw from 600 iterations here is it doesn't really matter what you play. When it's 2 points between after 600, that's already enough to know that this move is basically irrelevant in the long scheme. And Austin is challenging Rosener, which is, I'm pretty sure that's like a top 1,000 bingo. Came in with the last update. So we might make an early inference that Austin is a bit out of form. Adam Walsh, Scrabble noob here. Just want to say, chilled commentary is appreciated. Oh, thanks, man. That means a lot. Yeah, so back to what's going on. Austin is challenging the anagram of ironers. A top is bingo number 1035, the 1000th most probable bingo, and there's like 40,000 bingos, so 35. So yeah, Austin should obviously know that, but you know, if you don't know it, you got to challenge, and he cedes another 5 points of equity there, and this has been a really bad game from him. And Jesse hasn't actually hasn't really made a mistake. It's been a really great game from him, and yeah, he's playing to his form, and he's just drawn curated, and yeah, he's gonna win this game with near certainty. Or Trejuice is the anagram of that, I guess. And I think this is this is pretty unlikely to get blocked. Evan Borowski suggests a challenge for Tor. Yeah, it could be, but could also not be, and I prefer that interpretation. Um, yeah. So Austin has lost this at this point. There's basically no way for him to win. Um, yeah, it's been Austin. I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's fair in a in a way that Jesse. I don't know. Yeah, Jesse has outplayed Austin. Austin, yeah, as Lewis suggests, has been dropping, really just spewing equity everywhere. And Jesse has just played a almost completely clean game. I mean, if you wanted to nitpick, he dropped a point, missing. He dropped 2 points, missing Reiji. But I mean, whatever. Stuff like that doesn't really matter in the long term. Uh, yeah, those moves are kind of irrelevant. And yeah, Jesse's going to put this away now with Trajuice. Can you insert 2 letters in Trajuice to make a 9-letter word? What's the 2-letter insertion, guys? Now that this game is over, we can talk about other stuff, like 9-letter words. Yeah, Jesse's going to be really, really happy right now. He's going to be basically counting his points in his head, rubbing his hands together, getting ready for that sweet money. What's the first prize? Trans juice. Very good, Orange J. Kell and Mehul Aurora. You guys did it. Good job. Yeah. Does anyone know what the first prize is? And I mean, it's kind of just Jesse has finished on top at the tournament. He came in first, 1 game ahead of Austin, and spread as well, probably. Yep, 500 spread ahead, a game and spread clear, which is quite commanding. So yeah, I mean, no complaints in the sense, in some sort of twisted sense of justness. And for the next game, I mean, we're going to be thinking $3,000, by the way, is the first prize. I'm just going to cut my sentence off to say that. Yeah, I will say Jesse is going to be a massive favorite at this point. He seems to be playing significantly better than Austin, and he's got 1 out of 2 games now. So that's going to be worth like 70 or 80% equity. Yeah. Not much more to say. I guess we can flirt with the remaining moves of this game, but it's kind of a foregone conclusion. I mean, we can also take a look at the TWL game. No, let's not do that. Let's stay here. Fungiest instead of tighter would have been cool, says Shan Abbasi. That's true. It would have been cool. But yeah, strange oversight from Austin on that. I'm really surprised. Before I drive everyone away. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I'm loving this chat interaction. You guys are making my day. The stream will be up and running continuously. I have to talk until they come back, or can I take a break? I don't have much to say. This game's scheduled for 1:30/4:30, depending on. Oh, I'm taking a break. Well, I don't even have the option, but I'm quite happy to be given this break. I've had it. I've had it with this damn game. I'm ready for a new one. I'm ready to see something a little better from these guys. Let's work for it. Let's see some blood on the table. QAT, Talak, I mean, whatever. Austin doesn't care. Jesse doesn't care. Maybe they're looking at each other right now. Read to us, Kate Fukawa Colony. Okay. I mean, if that's what you're into, I'll read to you. I could. People say I have the voice of a man who could read you a book. Well, tell me what you'd like me to read you. Give me instructions. Tell me what to do. I'm yours for the next hour or two. Yeah. Uh, Austin QAT. He's trying to think: is there a way I can win this game? But I think he knows that there is no way he can win this game. This is yeah. I mean, this is just gone. If he had a B, he could do Kabbalist if it was a B out in the open, but there's not because this game is over and he lost. Sorry, K. Yeah, Cat. I mean, Talak, whatever. It's all much of a muchness. DEEEJMT, Jesse. I mean, whatever. He doesn't care. He's basically got $1,000 in his hand. He's thinking, what am I going to do with all this money? Wow. What would you guys do if you had $3,000? Tell me in the chat what you would buy, and you have to use it tomorrow. If you had $3,000 fresh from NASPA Championship, oh my God, what would you do? Basilar for Austin. Yeah, that's obviously not going to fit anywhere because this board is totally dead. L in the bag, says Craig. There's one in the bag. That's information to me. I don't know what the score. Oh, thank you. It's 90, the score. Yeah, it's like Jesse would literally have to try to lose this game, but obviously he's going to make the highest spread move because he wants to, in the extremely unlikely event of a draw. It probably doesn't hurt to to rack up the spread points. I guess there's a debate for whether you should conserve some energy or something. But yeah, he's gonna take it serious. He's a serious guy. He's seriously winning this game. Here's some suggestions for $3,000. A hat. That's actually my favorite suggestion so far out of the one suggestion. An old Rolls Royce. All right, yep, that's also good. You could buy it from like a prison auction or something. Plane ticket to King's Cup for next summer, yep. If you like a 3,000, yep. If you like, you could fly there and back again as well. Doesn't the government take half? Says Jeff Kirchik. I don't know how much the government takes. Goddamn Uncle Sam, taking all our Scrabble winnings. Ugh. Shannon Bassi, I would run a tournament and offer a $3,000 prize. Wow, you are a generous man. Tell me what it's like to be so generous. Are you virtue signaling in the chat box? Are you signaling your virtues to me? Because I'm impressed. Pimp Kane, Adam Walsh, excellent suggestion. That'll get you a hell of a cane. $3,000. Imagine that. Jesse, I guess we can comment on his rack. He's looking at Jet. Don't know where he's going to play it. Barilla's air balls in the bag. No unseen bingos as far as I can see. Nothing from the Fern spot and nothing from the D. And obviously Ra is not a word, R-A. And there's no E, so Jesse can just chill out and have a relaxing end game. He probably has a lot of time. I feel like this game went quite quickly, or maybe I just talked a lot. Either way, boring. Just do something, bro, and then let's take a break. Come on, you gonna drag this out or what? He's gonna put Austin. He's gonna make him. Wait, whose turn is it? Is it Austin? Oh no, it's Jesse's turn. Okay, never mind. All my comments stand. He's gonna put him. Yeah, he's gonna put him through the ringer. Think about your loss, Austin. That's what he's mentally saying right now. Could be a good psychological tactic. to really upset your opponent. What is he going to do? Where is he playing Jet? He actually doesn't have a lot of options. I've been looking at this board for a really long time, and Jet is the highest scoring move I can see. I mean, I guess there's teamed along the bottom. Jeff Kirchik, lots to do in Reno with 3K. Yeah, like get yourself a helicopter to Vegas. Yeah, I guess he's just looking to make something that draws an outplay. So Jet draws Edema or Lemed or Metal. I think that's good too. Lemed, Metal. Is that a pair? Yeah, it is. Or those are the two most common letters that he's going to draw. And yep, that's what he's doing. Wow, read him like a book. Yeah, Jet at A4, Rebecca Sobel, that is right. And that is where he played it. What a fine play, possibly. I'd pay $3,000 to do commentary for 2 straight days. That's money well spent, my friend. I think I might die, but I do it for you and for the money. This time, it's for money. Jeff Kirchik, Golden Nugget Buffet. Yeah, I mean, if you hate yourself enough, you could do that. That's depressing. Jesse Drew Metal or Lemed, Elmed, not a word. Check Overby. Who are these commentators? Who are they? Fill them in, boys. Let them know. Let them know what's going on. Or Jack, do you want me to tell you myself? I can tell you. I'm spending a lot of time on you right now because there's not much to talk about in this game. I guess we can try and figure out Austin's best endgame if we're into that. It's going to involve blocking Jesse's outplays almost certainly, which is Metal or Lemed under Rosener. Yeah, so it's actually quite difficult to do. Nab, I mean, is the first thing I see that just does it. Or Bard. Bahais, Bhais, and Roseners. Oh, that's gorgeous. Sorry, just laughing at these comments. Yeah, Bahais would be a fantastic play. Yeah, so that's almost certainly best. I'd be really surprised if there's a better play. And after buys, which I don't know how much Austin cares about this game anymore. He might just be ready to move on. I just got distracted by Evan's comment. It's Eldar and his alter ego, Radel. Yeah, there's a story about me. Oh, great play, Austin. All right. Austin's ready for the next game. He's gonna bring it back. Yeah, Radel. I'm gonna not try and spend a lot of time talking about myself, but that is a word I have played. It is not valid, but it does spell my surname backwards. Buys is plus 34, says Craig. A massive improvement on the next best play, which is probably Bard or something. Oh, abs where? Where does abs play, Craig? Oh, right, off of the DA of Fetid or whatever. Oh, setting up rail layer alongside. Oh, that's quite clever. Yeah, so Jesse now. Eel. That doesn't seem like it's the best play. 19 minus 10 is 9 total. Surely he can do better than that. That seems... Well, I mean, it doesn't actually matter. I mean, why are we focusing on this when we could be talking about $3,000? EME under Traduce is a way better play. Oh, it gives back LAR, but I mean, oh god, it feels kind of dumb to talk about this stuff because like these guys don't care, and DEME under Roseners would have been fine as well and probably better. Show me some love. I love love. I need this, guys. I need this this affirmation. I need love. Give it to me. DME, yep, +5, bottom center. Eel is 0. 5-point mistake from Jesse, but he doesn't care. Yeah, so I think like this game wasn't. I don't know. Was this super exciting game? Not really, but it was well fought. I mean, Jesse deserving winner here. I think. Yeah, there's not much to say more than really well played from Jesse. I mean, this is he's playing like, yeah, that's like a 2150 game, 2200 game, and Austin is looking more like with this this is more like 1900 level. And Austin, unless he's rusty right now, is a much better player than that. He's been holding down a much higher rating for a very long time. So we'll see if he lives up to it. And yeah, I think he can definitely do better, and I hope he does because we want to see 3 games here. I think there's demand 3 games. We'd like an exciting final. Although I may get booted if this goes to 3 games by Rubin and Conrad. But I wanna be here for as much of it as possible. I don't want to miss a thing. I want to see the great men in action, playing the great game. Collins Scrabble Words 2019, played by 2 expert players, doing their best to play expert game. They're playing $3,000. It's their hobby. It's not their job, it's their hobby. But they take it serious hobby. To sign off, NASPA Scrabble. Yep, sign me out. I'll be back for the second game. Thanks, guys.